So today I'm going to be showing you how I create this makeup look. Now this is what I wear day to day at college, and if you didn't know, I am at a performing arts college for 3 years. So I have to go in with a full face every single day plus lipstick, but I'm not putting lipstick on right now because I'm gonna go dog walking because it's a Sunday. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it. This was really highly requested when I posted on my Instagram. I will also be making a glam makeup routine video very soon because that was also very requested. There wasn't much between them actually on the vote that I did. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it, and this is the finished look. So first up, I like to use the Rimmel London Lasting Finish 25-hour Breathable Foundation. God, that was a handful. So this foundation is medium coverage and I am in love. I like to use it in the shade 100 Ivory, and the applicator is like a massive concealer applicator. I'm obsessed. So as you can see, my skin has broken out, but just wait and see until this has all been buffed in. So of course I take my trusty Real Techniques buffing brush just to buff it all in, as I know this always gives a good finish. Now this foundation is the first foundation that I've ever found that actually matches my skin tone. It's not too orange, it's not too pink, it's just perfect, and I am just obsessed. It also doesn't oxidise, which I think is an amazing thing, especially because I dance for nearly 12 hours a day some days at college, and we tend to sweat off our makeup, but this stays on all day, as the name reads, I guess. So I'm just blending it down my neck and just making sure that it is all completely streak free. So as you can see, I've still got a couple of blemishes which are slightly showing, but nothing too drastic. So I'm just going to take my Collection Lasting Perfection, my fave, in the shade 2 Cool Medium, and just pop this on any red parts of my face or any blemishes or spots. Now I used to use the shade Fair, but I found out that this is actually too light for my skin, so I tried shade 2 and it is perfect, especially with this foundation. They both work so well together. So I'm just taking my Real Techniques concealer brush, which is a recent finding of mine. I've had it for ages, but I've never really used it for concealer until now, and it really does give a flawless coverage. So I'm just buffing all of this in just to make sure that my face is all nice and smooth and blended. Now I'm just taking my Collection Sheer Loose Powder in the shade Barely There, which is number 1, and I'm just taking the Real Techniques sponge, I can't remember what it's called, but the one that's like a beauty blender, and I basically just dip the flat end into the powder and then just put it all over my face. Now this doesn't make my face look dry, I just look matte, but this is the look that I really like at the moment because obviously at college I sweat all the time, which is gross, but being a dancer you need makeup that's going to stay on all day. So this just basically sets all my foundation in place, and it is the perfect colour for me. Now I like to take the MUA Ultra Fine Loose Setting Powder, and this is basically a white powder which I just put my Real Techniques sponge, but the other pointy side in it, and just pat it on the places that I want to be a bit lighter to bake. So my forehead, then my under eyes, down the centre of my nose and my chin. This just gives my face a little bit more definition and makes me look a little bit more chiseled and not just like the moon. So I'm just going in with my Freedom Pro Artist Professional London Highlight and Contour Palette, and I'm taking these two shades here just to contour and chisel my cheeks a little bit. I am obsessed with this. It's the perfect colour, and I just take it with my Real Techniques contour brush. I think it's a contour brush. I can't remember actually. But these two shades are not too orange, but they're also not too muddy, if you know what I mean. It doesn't look like I've just swiped mud up my face. Now I'm taking a slightly warmer toned shade and just bronzing up my temples and my forehead just to add some warmth back into my face. Now I'm just blending this out and just blending it into the edges of my white powder to make sure that I don't just look really streaky and vile. The white powder had gone all over my hair. So here I am, just blending it all out and making sure that it's not all vile. So now I'm just putting a bit on my nose because I prefer my nose to be a bit browner as it makes me look more tanned. And then I like to take the double-sided brush that came with the set to just brush off my bake. I don't tend to bake for too long because I feel like this doesn't work with my skin at all. But baking whilst I contour is just perfect for me. As you can see, it's just lightened up those parts of my face so lovely and nicely. So I'm just taking the MUA Shimmer Highlight Powder in the shade Radiant Cashmere with my Phee Cosmetics fan brush and just putting it on the tips of my cheekbones just to get that glow going. Now, as you can see, my face has got so much more dimension to it than before after that contour sesh. And the powder just makes you look so much more flawless than you do usually. And I have quite a few lumps and bumps on my face as my face will always be breaking out recently. So this powder just smooths it all out and makes me look just so flawless. I'm so impressed. So now I'm just taking my Set and Reflect little compact and I'm using the white gold highlighter just on my cheekbones just to get that glow going even more. I feel like these two highlighters really work well together. And then I'm just putting my pinky finger in it to then just highlight my brow bone, as I find this works so much more than just using my fan brush. So underneath the highlighter there's a setting powder, and I just take the double-ended brush I used before and just pat some under my eyes and just on my nose and forehead, and my face is complete. So now I'm just taking my Primark brow brush and I'm just brushing through my brows. Then I'm going to use my Ka-Brow pomade from Benefit. God, the struggles. Oh. And I use this in the shade 4 as my eyebrows are quite dark. And I just like to take the little brush that it comes with and just outline the bottom half of my brows with it. I find this brush way too thick to do the rest of my brows with because it's just not thin enough really to get it precise. So that's why I just like using it for the bottom half. Why am I rambling on so much? Phee, shut up. So now I'm using my Real Techniques brow brush, which is a lot thinner, and I'm just carving out the top half of my brows. Now, this pomade I got for my birthday, I want to say, and I am in love. I've really been trying to use it recently, as when I first got it, I still had my MUA one to use up. But now that I'm getting the hang of it, I'm actually really enjoying the colour of my brows. It's just tricky to use at the moment whilst I'm trying to get used to it. Brow struggles, as you can see. Having an absolute mare, aren't I? When am I not? Now I'm just going to take my Primark £1 eyelash curlers. I love these, they just do the job. I don't get why you would pay so much money just for some eyelash curlers. And now I'm just using my Lash Sensational from Maybelline, just to make my eyelashes look beautiful and fluttery. I feel like I'll never go back to any other mascara now I've used this. I just love it so much, and I've probably repurchased it about 4 times now. It's just so buildable. That mascara applying face though. Oh, I am actually disgusting. So for my lips, I would usually use something like this, which is my MUA Velvet Lacquer in the shade Dash, or my Kate Moss lipstick. I can't remember what shade that is. Whoops. But because it's a Sunday, I am just going to put on some lip balm because my lips are super duper chapped from where I've been wearing lipstick all week. But those are my 2 go-to lipstick colours that I would usually use anyway. You gotta look after those chapped lips, guys, in the winter. And there's my finished look. So I really hope you enjoyed that, guys. I'm now off to go dog walking and I'm so excited. I'm actually so excited. But I'm going to be filming my college day on Tuesday, which I'm really excited about, and I hope that it will give you a little insight on what I'm doing really every day of my life. So stay tuned for that, and I hope you have a lovely week. Love you. Bye.